everybody. Welcome to The Better Life with Dr. Pinkston. I'm Dr. Mariane Pinkston, and today I have a topic I think everybody has faced at one point or another, maybe in your teenage years, but I tell you, it's getting more and more common for men and women as we get older, I'll say, as we, get into our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I see a lot of people who are complaining about acne. So if acne is your issue, or if your teenage has this issue, today is your day. And I am bringing on a fantastic guest, Dr. Yog Varma, who is out in California today, so getting up early for us. And he is the owner of Phyla, and we have a lot of websites I'm going to present to you later about his products. And so welcome on. It's nice to have you in this morning.
Great to be here on your podcast, and I hope we'll have a great and informative discussion today.
I'm sure we will. I don't know if you realize, when I am working with patients as a family practitioner, I get to see all sorts of issues that people have. I do practice some dermatology, but I tell you, one of the most, and done this for almost 25 years, but one of the most difficult issues that I see that I usually don't have a lot to assist people with is acne. And it's not just for your little teenager at home anymore. Women in general are seeing a lot more acne as they age, a lot of hormone changes. And so give us a good base about, kind of how this came to be for you and your interest and expertise.
Yeah, so I'll start sort of with my background and maybe dive in a little more. So my background is that I'm a scientist. I got my PhD at Johns Hopkins, did a postdoc at UCSF, and then started this company. And I've been studying this thing called the microbiome for about 12 years now.
Absolutely.
And for those of your listeners who maybe heard about it but aren't super familiar with the microbiome, we have a rainforest's worth of diversity in our body, on our skin, in our gut, etc. And this rainforest on our skin is invisible because its trees are made up of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. This community of microbes, these microorganisms, collectively are called the microbiome. And it's only been very recently, less than 20 years ago, that we started studying them. And we were amazed by how intricately connected they are to our body, to our health.
Yes.
And so I've spent the last 12 years or so studying various aspects of that. And it's been fascinating, not just to see the science, come out with amazing insights almost every month, but people taking an interest in this very new branch of science and realizing how it could potentially make a huge difference in their life.
Yes.
And that's why I kind of hopped from academia to starting this company, because I wanted to take the innovations and the insights of the latest research and put that in a product that people could actually touch, purchase, and use, because I think that's how science touches our lives and makes it better. So, like you said, acne is a huge problem. We think of it mostly as a teenager's disease, and it's nearly universal. It's the number one skin disorder that dermatologists see. It affects us almost like 85% or more of us at some point in our lives.
Yes.
And what's really interesting is, as you touched upon, not only is it just a teenager's disease now, but it's also impinging into adulthood. So women in their 20s half of them have acne, a third of them in their 30s have acne, and the numbers are slightly lower for men, but that creep has been kind of going on for a few decades. We don't know why, but it's now impacting more and more people for a larger part of their lives.
Yes, absolutely. And I think there are so many varied reasons for it that I see. I work with women and men too, on the hormone front. And there's a lot of myths about, hormones and hormone replacement and things like that and acne, but definitely in the teenagers. And so you mentioned the microbiome though. And we spend a lot of time on the microbiome here because I talk a lot about autoimmunity and the direct relationship to the microbiome and, many, many different disorders that are related to it. So this is front and foremost one of the most important topics out there. And I'm so glad that you have, science and information to provide on it, because I know the gastroenterologist, for instance, or other doctors that I refer to, it's a new topic to them, but people like you and I have been working more integratively, have known about this for a very, very long time. And so I'm glad it's finally coming to the forefront. I'm just super, super glad that you have an expertise there and talking about it this morning. So how does acne occur? How does the microbiome, help with the incidence of acne?
Right. So, the first observation is that kids don't get acne, right? You never see a 7 or 8-year-old having acne.
Right.
That's because acne is caused by this one bacterium called C. acnes. And C. acnes is on the skin of every adult on Earth. So C. acnes in itself is not a bad thing. It's only when it overgrows and pushes your microbiome out of balance that you get acne, right? Mm-hmm. So at puberty, kids start, there's a hormonal flush, and there's a lot of kind of changes throughout their body. One of those changes is on your skin, where your pores get deeper and the sebaceous glands, which are these oily glands, start getting activated. And the oil that our body produces on our skin is the main food for this one bacteria. Mm-hmm. So if it sees too much of it at any point, it will overgrow and cause acne, because it overgrows, the body senses that, sends inflammation, and that is basically what acne is. Now, like I said, the problem is one bacterium. And when we're healthy, your microbiome may look different from mine, mm-hmm. but your microbiome and my microbiome, when we're healthy, are in balance. When C. acnes overgrows, it causes an imbalance, right? And so in order to get back to health, we need to redress that imbalance and get back to a state of balance. However, all the products that we use for acne, retinoids, antibiotics, benzoyl peroxide, they all kill bacteria, but they're indiscriminate. So they're killing the good bacteria along with the bad bacteria, right? So they're turning your rainforest, which is protecting you, which is being diverse, into a desert. And that has really bad consequences, now and later in life. So not only are you getting harsh side effects like redness, dryness, irritation on very tender, inflamed skin, but you're also getting side effects. You're also getting relapses, because this is a universal experience with acne sufferers. They try a product, they're super excited, it works, and then after a couple of months, it stops working. Exactly. And they're super frustrated, they're back in square one, they go back, to the doctor, what's going on? And then what do? They go out and buy the same or a similar product, right? The same stuff in a different packaging.
Right.
Oh, benzoyl peroxide didn't work for brand A, I'm going to buy benzoyl peroxide from brand B. Yeah. And unfortunately, we're stuck in this cycle with harsh products, with products that damage our microbiome. And up until now, we've never had the benefit of the latest science, because all these products on the market, they're at least 40 years old.
Right.
And so it was when I came into and learned about acne and, the details about the industry, it was surprising to me that innovation has all but stalled, and no one's really even looking to come out with the next blockbuster acne product or drug.
Yep. And it's true, it's all about balance. I love that you use that term. People don't realize that the balance of the body occurs anywhere from the microbiome to hormones to, whatever process we're looking to heal. Everything is connected together. If you go in and destroy a whole, a network of good and bad bacteria, then of course you're going to rebound from that and have, have worsening of whatever problem you're looking to treat. So the balance is very, very important. So with these products though, and I know you have products, and we want to be sure that people know that this is going to be available to them. I'll have this on the website and whatnot, but to give it a little bit of background, explain how these products differ from the other products that are out there. Like you say, it's 40-year-old medicine. That seems to be the way we're treating many issues these days. We know so much more now, and this is very cutting edge. So kind of explain the differences.
Like I said, the problem is that one bacteria. So yes. The best way to solve this problem, right, is killing that one bacteria without hurting the good bacteria, and bringing your microbiome back in balance so that your body stops causing inflammation. It's a little like you go out to your garden one day and you find a weed on your lawn, right? What are you going to do? You're not going to pour gasoline all over your lawn, set the whole thing on fire just to get rid of that one weed. But that's what we're doing to our microbiome. We're setting it on fire every day to get rid of this product, to get rid of this problem. And the harsh products that we're using, a lot of the time when we start off with acne, we're young, skin's pretty resilient. You're really invested in seeing this problem go away.
Right.
And you'll do anything. You'll throw a bunch of stuff at your skin. Your skin's pretty resilient, it'll bounce back. But that damage that you're doing every single day, it kind of accumulates. And 10 years later, 15 years later, you're looking around and being, wow, my skin is a lot worse than other people my age. By that point, it's too late.
Right.
So, what the point we started off at was to look for a technology that kills the bad bacteria, but not the good. And we landed on bacteriophages, or phages as they're called. They're a natural microorganism that are a part of our microbiome and the wider ecosystem. So phages are tiny, harmless little viruses that kill bacteria. They're everywhere. They're in seawater, they're in soil, and billions of them pass through our body every day.
Right.
And while they don't really interact with human cells, they're perfectly harmless to us. They're nature's best defense against bacteria. So they have two kind of superpowers, right? They have one, which is that they kill bacteria very effectively. Yeah. And the second is that they're incredibly, incredibly specific. So a C. acnes bacteriophage will not kill or hurt any other bacteria in your garden, in your rainforest. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a 2016 study that looked at people with acne and people with healthy skin and try to figure out what's the difference between their microbiomes. What can we pick out that's systematically different? The only thing that they could figure out was people with healthy skin have the phages that kill acne bacteria, whereas people with acne don't. Right? So what does that mean? It means that, we all have annoying friends who never take a shower, eat what they want, have perfect skin.
Right.
And the rest of us are on the straight and narrow wondering what we've done to deserve this.
Exactly.
Well, chances are those people with just amazingly clear skin have this phage on their skin. Right. That's balancing their microbiome naturally, keeping the acne bacteria in check. And so we did the research. We discovered this organism and we decided to put it in a bottle because we want to democratize it. We want to make sure that you have the benefit of this amazing, amazing organism so that, you may not be born with it, but you have the chance and the opportunity to balance your microbiome naturally and get rid of acne for life.
That's wonderful. And so, and we're going to come up on a break here in just a few minutes. I told you this goes really fast. It's crazy. So give us a little bit of information about how long does it take to work, how you use it, and, how does that fit into, and it's for men and women, teenagers, things like that? Yeah, so the great thing about this approach and this product is that this product is for everyone. So acne, whether you have it on your back, whether you have it on your chest or your face, whether it's cystic acne or mild to moderate or severe, all of them are caused by the overgrowth of acne bacteria. And so it's all hitting the same root cause. And because we get to the root cause without causing collateral damage, it's incredibly safe. So teens can use it. We even have some customers using it for preteens because they're saying, hey, I had a terrible time with acne. I probably passed it on to my kid. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. And can I start early? Can this balance the microbiome? Are there any drawbacks? And I said, no. I mean, if there's no C. acnes or it's not an imbalance in your skin, it literally won't touch anything and it'll just kind of fade away. With pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, right? They are taking this product because a lot of these other products you can't take when you're pregnant or they're really harsh on your skin, right? Right, absolutely. So it's really meant for everyone. And we're really proud to give people this option that they've never had before. That's great. How long does it, I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you're on a roll. I know we're coming up on a break, but I'll just briefly outline. You're fine. We use our product and recommend you use our product twice a day for at least 2 months because the microbiome is slow to change and your skin is also slow to react to the change.
And acne is a disease that you have for the better part of years and decades. So you need a long-term solution, and that's what we're here to provide.
That's great. And so, yeah, many people feel like that, I just start a product by next week, it'll be clear. And, we really have to realize that to maintain or at least regain that balance of our skin and our gut, whatever, it takes a period of time. We have to be very persistent, consistent with it, and use something for a period of time if it's really going to fix. A lot of things you can put on your skin, you may look better, within a week or two, but you are, like you say, causing that collateral damage, and we are not doing a service, for ourselves on down the road. And so please let me know kind of how people can find you and find these products, and this will be available on the website as soon as I post everything, but let us know how we can find you.
Yeah, so we are Phyla, Phyla, and you can find us online at phylabiotics.com, where you'll see our science. We ran a clinical study, so you'll see the details of the clinical as well. Check out our products. It's a moisturizer, a serum, and a cleanser. And you can check out the reviews as well, honest reviews from our customers. We love making a difference in people's lives. So if you suffer from acne, go there, learn more about this technology and make the best decision you can. We're also on social at Phylabiotics on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc.
Right.
And we'd love to hear from you, even if you have questions about acne.
Absolutely.
And for your listeners, Marianne, we're giving them a discount code BetterLife20, which is 20% off their order for all Phyla products.
Yes, so Better Life 20. And I will have all of this information on my website. So you can go to drpbetterlife.com. I have all of the links to YouTube and to all the podcast platforms, also to live stream the radio show if you like. But I also have information on previous guests, and I will have Dr. Varma highlighted so that you can look at all the different sites, social media website. In order to order these products, I will have the code BetterLife20 on there so that you can save 20%. That's very generous. Thank you. And I looked over your website. Very easy to follow, great reviews, a lot of great information. So please visit that site. So you can find me at drpbetterlife.com. Therefore, you can find Dr. Varma as well. We're going to take a short break, come back on the other side, talk a little bit more about acne. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I am Dr. Pinkston, and I am here with Dr. Varma this morning, and we are talking about acne, which is a very difficult issue for so many people, and it may not seem very important to those of you out there looking, for direction for better life and better health, but I tell you what, there's very important information underneath treating acne, and we've been talking about the microbiome and the balance, but what about the science? So I know that there are so many products out there. People sell things all the time. And, you have to look into all these products very carefully. Make sure that you are getting something reputable and validated and real. So I know you've got a lot of terrific science that backs all of this up. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So, as we discussed, the science is brand new, and the scientific insights that we're working on are less than a decade old.
Right.
So,
shame.
when we developed this product and as we were doing research in the lab, we wanted to take it out of the lab and into the clinic to really see what kind of impact this technology has on acne and get hard data, because it's great to hear from your customers. We hear from them all the time. Yes. But we wanted hard numbers and hard data to see how well this does.
Absolutely.
So we ran a clinical trial on about 90 patients. It was a placebo-controlled, double-blinded trial, which is kind of the gold standard of trials.
Exactly.
It's how the FDA runs its trials. And we asked 4 basic questions, right? Number one, very important, is this safe? The answer is yes, it's incredibly safe. In fact, unlike other harsh products that cause everything from redness and irritation to, like with retinoids, birth defects, liver damage, bone density loss, and suicide. It's crazy that this is an acne drug.
It is.
We saw 0 side effects for all of our patients in the trial.
Great.
The second question was, we know that this phage kills the bacteria in the lab really well, but does it kill the acne bacteria on the skin? And the answer was yes, to a statistically significant degree. We're seeing a reduction in the C. acnes or the acne bacteria on the skin. Now, that's great. You've reduced the bacteria, but does it move the needle? Does it improve your acne?
Right.
And in response to that question, the answer is a resounding yes. We saw, again, a statistically significant decrease in acne over placebo. And the fourth question was, okay, you've improved acne, but what is the long-term implications, right?
Yes.
So how does this affect microbiome diversity? What we found was, compared to placebo, where everyone's microbiome diversity was about the same or mostly decreased, our microbiome diversity was shooting up for almost all of our patients.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What does it mean to have a richer, more diverse microbiome? Why is it important? It's important for two reasons. The first is that people with acne have a lower microbiome diversity than healthy people. Yeah. So it's thought that if you just improve the microbiome diversity, if you just push that up, you can probably have a positive impact on acne. The second insight is very interesting. So throughout the world, whether you're in Africa or Asia or Europe or America, about 85% or more of people have acne. But there are certain groups of humans on Earth where acne is either incredibly rare or doesn't exist at all. Wow. So, for example, there's a tribe, pre-contact indigenous tribe in the Amazon called the Yanomami people. And their acne does not exist. Not a single person has it. None of them have ever had it. Wow. And the big difference between their skin and our skin is their skin microbiome diversity is off the charts. Wow. Yeah. So increasing that skin microbiome diversity not only makes sure that you have acne gone now, but it'll keep the acne away for a long time, because once you've recalibrated your microbiome and once your skin's gotten used to it, it's sort of something that you have to maintain, but yes, you can have clear skin for life.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, lots of fantastic science. And I know that you have got a code for the listeners out there, Better Life 20, all caps, Better Life 20. And I'm going to have all of this fantastic information on the website. So drpbetterlife.com. You can get all the platforms for social media and for the YouTube and even local radio here if you decide to tune in. And I definitely am going to highlight this on the page for all of his website and social media, the code, and anything that I can do to help folks with acne is wonderful. I truly appreciate all of this information. This is a big problem. I see it all the time, and you're right, in 40, 50 years we have not had any good solutions. And just keep in mind too, it's something that you've got to start, maintain, and stay consistent and persistent with, just like anything. And we're trying to balance out the skin and make things better. I think it's I've looked through the site myself. I saw all the reviews. I saw a lot of befores and afters. This really looks very impressive. So I'm absolutely glad you came on today. Can you give us your website and how to contact you one more time?
Yeah, so we're online at phylabiotics.com. Our science, our clinicals, and obviously our products are on there too. We'd love for you to sort of check it out and make the best decision for your skin that you can.
Absolutely.
We're also on socials at phylabiotics. So we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc.
Wonderful.
And that's where we give kind of scientific information about acne and your skin and how to keep your skin clear.
Absolutely, and that's wonderful. So yes, all of that is going to be highlighted. And I need to say a word about my sponsor this morning for Harbor Hospice, who has been so kind to stand behind me for years now with my patients and also with the show. A little cherry on top, but they are wonderful people. And so Harbor Hospice, spelled a little differently, HARBOUR, hospice.com is where you can find them. I do have a phone number too, so 210-403-9911, and that's Harbor Hospice, HARBOUR, hospice.com. And absolutely, I appreciate you coming on the show this morning and talking acne, a very, very important topic. I think it's not just a cosmetic issue. I think patients who have it especially the youngsters and teenagers, have a very difficult time socially dealing with it, but it can be damaging on into your late years with scars and things like that. I think it's wonderful that you are providing such a great, not just a great product, but something that is actually taking care of the underlying issue, the root cause of the problem, which is what I'm always talking about on the show here. So thank you so much for getting up early and joining us. Is there anything that you want to add on top before we depart?
No, thank you, Marianne, for having me and giving me an opportunity to talk about, I think, an important problem that, people think is just skin deep, but like you said, it causes a lot of mental health issues too.
Absolutely. And so do the medicines that treat it for some of them, Accutane and things like that. So very safe and wonderful. Thank you absolutely so much. And so everybody, thank you for joining us, and join us next week. Go to drpbetterlife.com for all this information. And Dr. Varma, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.